Hi, Veronica. Come on in.
Hi,
Have a
Susan.
seat. Okay. Nice to see you again. How are you doing?
I'm doing really good. You know, Thanksgiving's coming up, so I'm
Mhm.
excited to eat all the turkey and all the good food.
You get a break from school?
I don't get a break from school. Well, I get one day off, so I guess you
Oh.
could say it's a break.
What are you planning on doing for that day?
I don't know. I think we're just going to go hang out with my family, and we're going to
Cool.
do a big Thanksgiving, and all my brothers are going to be there.
That's
So
awesome.
yeah,
That sounds like a lot of fun.
yeah.
Thanksgiving is one of my favorite holidays.
Oh, is it?
Yes, I love it so much.
It's Christmas.
Christmas is my second favorite.
Is it?
Yeah. Well, thank you for coming and seeing me again. I appreciate it. I wanted to spend some time today revisiting some of the things we talked about last time we met, and then we're going to do a little activity that's kind of about some of the stuff that we talk about today. So last time we met, you told me a little bit about some self-esteem issues that you were having, but we didn't go into great detail. So do you mind sharing with me a little bit kind of what some of those self-esteem issues are?
Well, just with me and being stressed, sometimes I just I don't feel as pretty as everybody. I don't feel as skinny as everyone.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I just don't really feel as liked by everybody, and just things like that. It kind of gives me anxiety, and I feel like I have a hard time getting through my day because of my self-esteem issues.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just hard for me to I guess like who I am.
Yeah, I think that's something that a lot of girls your age go through,
Mm-hmm.
for sure. So it sounds like it's important for people to see you in a certain way and to feel like you're liked, and part of that comes from your appearance. What is your favorite thing about yourself?
My favorite thing about myself is, I guess I'm really nice to other people.
Mm-hmm. I would agree with that.
So,
You are very nice to other people. That's a great quality to have, and that's something that's not exactly physical, is it? That's something that's just a character trait of yours.
Yeah.
So that's cool. So you have a lot of great character traits. What I want to do today is kind of focused around music. I know that last time we met, you told me that you really loved music and you love to sing. Sometimes you get a little bit nervous about singing in front of other people, so I'm not going to ask you to sing in front of me today, but maybe eventually, but we'll get there. But I also remember you saying that Bruno Mars is your favorite singer.
Mm-hmm.
And I also really, really love Bruno Mars. And he has a lot of great songs that he writes about the people that he is in love with. Have you ever heard any of those songs of his?
Yeah, I love all of his songs. I actually want to go to his concert.
Yeah.
He is my favorite, and I can't believe you remembered that. That's awesome.
Yeah, well, I love Bruno Mars. So anytime I meet somebody who also loves Bruno Mars, I always remember. So what is it about Bruno Mars songs about love that you like?
Well, there's one that I like that he sings to another girl that he just loves her for the way that she is.
Mm-hmm.
I like that song because it's no matter what her flaws are, he still loves her and he loves her for those flaws.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like, I'm kind of I guess a hopeless romantic, and I maybe think that one day I could find somebody that accepts me for those rather than me picking on my own self for them.
Yeah, I think that's awesome. It sounds like you have a lot of good insight on relationships and healthy relationships and what that looks like.
Mm-hmm.
It's so funny that you mentioned that song because I have the lyrics to that song right here. So this is the song where he's talking about, these are the lyrics where he's talking about everything about her is really great and perfect, and sometimes she doesn't see that about herself, but he always sees it in her. So I actually took out the part of the lyrics where he says, I think it's something like, something about she doesn't believe me when I tell her. She always asks me, do I look okay?
Mm-hmm.
I say, when I see you. So I took out that part, and I just left the part where he's talking about how much he loves her.
Okay.
And it's a really beautiful song, right?
Yeah, it's my favorite.
So what I want you to do is I have a couple of other colored markers. And I want you to go through this song, and it might sound a little goofy right now, but I want you to go through the song and read through the lyrics and change all of the lyrics that say her or your or whatever to me and my and I. So you're changing the song so that it becomes a love song to yourself.
Okay. So on the, when it says, oh, her eyes, I would say like, oh, my eyes,
Yes.
and erase that? Okay.
Exactly. So you can mark through or you can just write over. You can kind of do it however you want. I'm going to give you a few minutes to do that.
Okay.
I wish I had the song so I could be playing it in the background. But.
So have you ever seen him in concert?
I have not. I wish. I have seen a lot of really great people in concert, though.
Have you?
Mm-hmm.
Who was your favorite person?
I got to see Ariana Grande in concert.
Oh, I like Ariana Grande.
And that was really fun.
Most people in my school like her.
Yeah. What do you like about her?
I just think she's a really good singer. Some of her songs are a little much for me, but I definitely like some of them, and I think she's got a really pretty voice.
Mm-hmm. She does have a very beautiful voice. She's very talented. So what is it about music that you love? Like, what makes it powerful to you?
Just how I can relate to it, and it can take me, like, when I'm having a really bad day.
Mm-hmm.
You know, music is kind of like the only thing that I can rely on to help me get through, like, my bad day. Or if I'm mad at my mom or my dad, I can turn on my radio, and it usually calms me down.
Yeah, great. So music is kind of like a coping mechanism for you.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm not very artistic, so I definitely would go to music rather than drawing.
Yeah, well, a lot of people would argue that music is an artistic thing, you know, and being able to sing, that's a skill that not a lot of people have. So I think that's really cool.
Do you want me to read this to you?
Yes, I was going to ask you to do that. I know that singing might not be comfortable right now, but you can read it out loud.
Okay, it says, oh, my eyes make the stars look like they're not shining. My hair falls perfectly without me trying. I am so beautiful, and I tell myself every day. When I see my face, there's not a thing that I would change, because I'm amazing just the way I am. And when I smile, the whole world stops and stares for a while, because, girl, I am amazing just the way I am.
Good job.
I really like that.
That gave me chills a little bit. That's really beautiful. How did it feel to read that?
It felt really good. I mean, this is definitely something I feel like I need to write out myself, or I can keep this and just keep it on my bathroom mirror taped up. And, you know, when I wake up in the morning, maybe I could use this song or any other song as I find my new favorites. This is definitely my favorite song right now.
Yeah.
And maybe change all the songs that I listen to into, you know, about myself to build my own self-confidence.
Yeah, I think sometimes when you kind of start doing this, it might feel a little weird. But if it's something that you can kind of get into the habit of and change the lyrics to some of your favorite songs and just write love songs to yourself, it can help you a lot in accepting some of the things that you may not be as crazy about yourself, or just kind of realizing that you are beautiful and you are worthy of love, and those are all things that are important for you to know before you get into a relationship where somebody else is writing you love songs, right?
Yeah. My favorite part. Oh, I was just gonna say my favorite part when I wrote this. It was when I smile, the whole world stops and stares for a while because I'm amazing just the way I am. Like, that was kind of powerful to me, I guess. Whenever I said it back, because when I was writing it, I kind of thought it was silly, but when I said it, it all kind of made sense, and it was definitely made me feel a little better.
Good. Yeah, sometimes when you hear it in your own voice, when you hear it saying to yourself, rather than just kind of reading it in your head and writing it, it can be more powerful. So good, I'm glad you experienced that. Do you feel like it's easier if you were to sit down and write out a love song, would it be easier to write it to yourself or to write it to somebody else?
Maybe to write it to someone else, and then I could go back in and change it to remind myself about, that maybe these are qualities I might think about what I want in someone else, but it's really things that I might want. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, that makes perfect sense. So if you were to sit down and write a song, and you would kind of be able to lay out, like, this is what I would want in a relationship, this is what I appreciate about somebody else in a relationship, and then if you were to kind of reword it to be about you, you can realize some of the things that you would also want to bring to a relationship or some of the things that you love about yourself. That makes perfect sense. So what I would like for you to do before we meet next time, I have a couple things. The first thing I would like for you to do is to take this home, and you can rewrite it, or you could type it up, or you could decorate it and make it look pretty, whatever you want. And I would like for you, since you did say that you love to sing, I would like for you to sing this in the mirror to yourself.
Okay.
Nobody has to know that you're doing that. It can just be like a private thing that you do. And you could even do it in the shower, I guess. But I would want for you to kind of make eye contact with yourself in the mirror while you're doing that. And so then you'll be practicing your singing skills, you'll be practicing coping skills, you'll be practicing loving yourself and developing better self-esteem. So that's the first thing I want you to do. Okay? And then if you feel comfortable coming back and singing that for me, I would love to hear it. If not, that's okay too. But I just thought I'd give you that option because you did say that you like to sing, but you get nervous about doing it in front of other people. Mm-hmm. So if you'd like to practice with just you and then I can tell you how great you are, and then it might also help some self-esteem stuff. The other thing I would like for you to do, and you don't necessarily have to do it this week, but just kind of be thinking about it, and maybe we'll revisit it next week, is to try and write a love song to yourself. And you can do it the way that we talked about, where you write it to somebody else and then go back and change the words. You can write it to yourself right off the bat. It's kind of whatever you want to do.
Okay.
How do you feel about doing that?
That it's kind of scary. And you want it to be when we meet next week? You want me to have it another song?
You don't have to have the song written by next week, but maybe just kind of start thinking about some of those things that you'd want to put in a love song. I know that songs, I'm not a musician myself, but I know that songs can take kind of a long time to write. So maybe just start thinking about it. And then next week, we will start writing it maybe together while we're in our session. And then you can go back and you can finish it outside of our meetings.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. And I definitely think I'm going to even go and look up lyrics to my other favorite songs maybe and try and do this a little bit more.
Good.
Because it was definitely really helpful. Even, like I said, just repeating whatever we talked about or whatever was on this. And my own, making it where the song was about me was really helpful.
Mm-hmm. Good. And I will say again that as you were reading it out loud, I got chills. It was beautiful, and I think it's a really powerful thing. And I'm so happy that you love music too, because I don't get to do a lot of music things super often with people that I meet with, so I'm glad that we're getting to do this and experience this together. How do you feel about potentially coming in and singing for me next time?
That I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
You know me, I'm so shy and I'm very to myself that I don't even really like singing by myself that much. I take that back. I don't like singing at my house. The only time I'll ever really do it is in my car.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so when there's no one else around, there's no way people can hear you.
Maybe I'll sing it and record it and bring in the recorded version to you.
That is a wonderful idea. Can you do that like on your phone or something, or on your computer?
Yeah, I think I can record it on my phone or my computer. Maybe my phone, and that way I can just bring it in and show it to you.
Yeah, I think that is a wonderful idea.
You just have to let me step out of the room while you listen to it.
That's fine. Whatever makes you feel the most comfortable. I just really want to encourage you to make music if that's something that you feel passionate about, and it seems like it is something that you feel passionate about. So I want to give you a safe space to be able to do that here. a non-judgmental place. I'm not going to judge you, or this isn't like, American Idol or The Voice or whatever, where I'm going to like give you feedback even on how you sing. I just think it would be great to maybe practice that a little bit in front of somebody else.
Maybe it'll help with building my self-esteem whenever it comes to me, trying to be more expressive of myself, and maybe it'll build self-esteem if I just kind of go out of my comfort zone and come in and sing to you.
Yes.
Or show it and sit in the room while you watch my
video. Yeah, absolutely. Well, you kind of take some time this week and think about it and kind of decide how you want to do that, and I'm totally fine with whatever.
Okay.
But definitely, even if we don't get to that point, I definitely still want you to sing to yourself in the mirror, and then we're going to come back next week and talk about how you felt while you were doing that.
In my song to myself, does it have to be like about my appearance, or can it be about like, my self-esteem and wishing I felt better and trying to express to myself how like I am okay?
Yeah, it can be whatever you want. It sounds like your physical appearance is something that you do think about and something that's maybe kind of a concern to you, but it also sounds like you're able to pick out some really great things about yourself as far as character traits. Like earlier you said, well, I'm really nice to people, and that's my favorite thing about myself. So you could do a mixture of both. You could do just how you look or just some of your characteristics. It's totally up to you. You could even write a bunch of different songs.
Okay.
And choose which one you like the best.
Okay.
The whole idea is that the process is good for you, and it helps you realize some of the good qualities you have. And so I'm kind of down with whatever works for you, and I'm just here to kind of facilitate the process and to help you talk some of that stuff out.
Okay.
And that's why I want to give you some time to work on it, and it doesn't have to be by next week, but start thinking about it.
Okay.
Does that sound doable?
That sounds doable. I'm definitely going to go home, and on my way home, I'm going to blast this song and think about
good.
This.
Yeah, you can sing it a little bit louder than how you listen to it and redo the words.
Yeah. So
That's
anytime
awesome.
Maybe he says her, and then I'll be like, my.
Yeah. Perfect. Yeah, and let me know how that feels, because I know singing in the car is one of the most liberating, best feelings ever. I do that too. We have so much in common.
We do.
Look at that.
Awesome.
Okay, well, you take those with you, and if you think of any questions in between now and the next time we meet, you can bring them to me next time we meet, and I will answer them to the best of my ability.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thanks.